What's up, everyone? This is Dave Wisniewski with SaferArizona.com, and right now I am here with...
This is AZ Chemistry, Tap That Ash Entertainment.
Tap That Ash Entertainment.
That's right.
Tell me, what is Tap That Ash?
It's a cannabis entertainment experience.
Cannabis entertainment experience.
That's
now,
correct.
I've seen some things that say Tap That Ash. The great thing I like about it, it sounds like Tap That Ass.
It does sound a lot like you're saying tap that ass, but you're not. It's a play on words using the word ash, A-S-H, as in ashes, a smoking analogy, I guess.
It's definitely a fun thing to say. So what kinds of Tap That Ash things do you guys have over here?
Well, I definitely have merchandise, which includes T-shirts and hats and leggings, belts and such. And right now, all of the clothing, that's just one part of what Tap That Ash does is merchandising. We also help artists and other entities get their merchandising game together. But right now, the clothing is exclusively at Hempful Farms Cafe, which is an amazing sort of Cracker Barrel type, restaurant and also retail shop, breakfast shop, and they have delicious hemp-infused foods and smoothies and coffee, and so I thought it was a great opportunity to network with them and associate myself with a great brand up and coming here in Arizona, and also one that's open to the public, and to try to help build a little bit more business for them and awareness for hemp and marijuana and the whole movement in general.
That sounds pretty great. And you guys can check out the stuff at Hempful Farms at hempfulfarms.com. Great place to check out their resources. Now, I first met Kimberly at a Phoenix Cannabis Coalition meeting. She is an activist for cannabis legalization. Can you kind of tell me about your experiences and the kinds of things you've done as an activist?
Yes. I definitely have always been a fan of cannabis as well as hip-hop, which definitely helped me start the business of Tap That Ash, but simultaneously wanted me to get more involved in the movement. And so then I just did my research and found originally a Phoenix Normal chapter, of which I thought was the Phoenix Normal chapter, and got involved with some of the amazing activists here, Rain Baker and Eric Johnson and Tom Dean and such. And it just so happened at the time that I decided to join, they were about to, they were recruiting for a new board. And, me having a business and being the type of go-getter I am, I said, I'm diving right in. I want to be on the board of directors for Phoenix Normal. And that led to a few situations that happened, long story short, but that dissolved into what is now Phoenix Cannabis Coalition, what we call PCC. And same members involved, and we're still moving and still active in the Phoenix community, the cannabis community, and we have meetings monthly, and we try to rally the community together and keep them aware of the progressive movement in Arizona.
Tell me more about these meetings. If there's an activist or someone just passionate about the cause and they kind of want to get in and see what's going on here with the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition, when and where can they come and be a part of the community?
Amazingly, for a long time running, these meetings are the first Wednesday of every month. It goes from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. It is open to the public. It's at the Firehouse Gallery right downtown. Definitely Google it. It's right around 1st Street, I believe, in Roosevelt. So it's right behind the library. So it's a great location. It's a familiar location. It's a comfortable, laid-back location. It's outside. It is in the evening, so the summer months do get a bit warm, but it's awesome.
We're coming back. The summer hit its turnaround point, so we're there.
Yeah. So it's definitely a great, and there's always great guest speakers there. Definitely lawyers and different activists and political figures that come through, and different cannabis organizations are always welcome to come and speak as well, and keep us aware, keep the entire community aware of what's going on.
It sounds really great. I got another question for you real quick.
Sure.
A lot of us in the activist community, we've been victimized. We've been arrested. We've been harassed by police. Has that kind of thing happened to you? Is that something that helps drive your passion, or is it just for the love of cannabis and seeing things change?
It's definitely for the love of cannabis, but I can't deny that I have had my run-ins, of course, with the law.
Victims of the drug war.
A POW, as you will, prisoner of weed.
Makes us angry. I almost graduated high school as a triple felon, you know. I got arrested once. I got charged with 2 felonies while I was going to get charged. And then I got arrested 2 weeks later, and this was in my senior year of high school. Never committed a crime. Bam, looking at going to graduating as a triple felon. I had to go through 6 months of some horrible, annoying stuff to get that taken off my record, and it still followed me around as something dismissed with prejudice, I'm pretty sure is what they called.
I'm sure it makes it challenging as well for jobs. You don't know what they're going to find or how suppressed
college
is it.
loans, apartments, stuff like that. It's just bad for society to have a bunch of felons running around, especially when it's for something like a non-toxic medicinal flower bud. So we're
non-violent as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
We are sitting here in the beginning of a campaign to end cannabis prohibition in Arizona, and we are excited about that. The campaign is being run by Arizonans for Mindful Regulation. You can find more information about this campaign at azfmr.com, and we got a few events going on coming up here where we're going to have our activists, our volunteers going out and collecting signatures.
Now, I want to stop you right there because you said AZFMR, so that's the Arizona for Mindful Regulation of Cannabis.
Right.
Okay. And then you said the word initiative. So what does that mean? So there's an initiative going on. Is that how we're going to get this legal?
Well, this is how we change the law in Arizona. There's actually 2 main ways that we can end cannabis prohibition in Arizona. The first way, and the least likely way, is through our legislation. Our state is run by approximately 90 people, our senators, our representatives, our governor, and those are the ones that can change the law. They change the law through bills, they go through their houses and their committees, and you know, a lot of those guys are against cannabis. They don't understand cannabis as medicine, so they're not really inclined to change the laws.
I feel like the Schoolhouse Rock theme song should be playing in the background while we're talking. But anyway,
I'm just a bill, you know. But that's how it works. And we've had a couple of great representatives put in some things. We've had Ruben Gallego, we've had Mark Cardenas. They've been trying to end cannabis prohibition, and we do applaud you for that. Thank you very much. But they have a huge headbutt. They've got a lot of obstacles in their way, which is their peers do not want to see it legalized. Maybe it's corruption. I think it's corruption. We don't have the greatest leaders here in Arizona, and I think we can all kind of agree on that.
So I've heard.
However, the other way that we can end cannabis prohibition in Arizona,
which is
through a ballot initiative. And the way it works is 2 people file a political action committee with the Secretary of State, and they draft a ballot initiative. They file it with the Secretary of State about a year or 2 years before an election.
Okay, so which is now. We're in 2015, election year is 2016.
And we're going for the 2016 election.
Okay.
And so you file this initiative, and then you can now print off these petitions, and the petition needs to have the signature page and the entire initiative stapled to it. You distribute these petitions to volunteers or sometimes paid circulators, and you collect a certain amount of signatures to be eligible to be on the 2016 election ballot. So our initiative, we need about 153,000 signatures.
Ooh, that's a lot.
It is a lot. But, you know, coming from 2014, we needed 260,000 to get on the 2014 initiative. So it doesn't feel like as much. It feels like it's more attainable.
Okay.
We get 153,000 valid signatures, and our initiative will be on the 2016 election ballot, which Arizonans will then be able to vote yes or no for the initiative. And if they vote yes, then it becomes law, and then that's what we have to go forward with. So,
so we're calling this then, or I've heard it referred to as the People's Initiative?
Right.
Because the people wrote it.
The people wrote it. The people are going for it. The AZFMR initiative is written by Arizona citizens. There's a competing initiative that was written by out-of-state foreign entities out of Washington, D.C. We don't view that as real legalization. They're legalizing a very small incremental amount of marijuana, and anything above that is still a felony arrest with possibly mandatory prison time, and it's more of like a jail-bait prohibitionist initiative. It's not the legalization that's actually going to be keeping people out of jail. So the citizens of Arizona, a large proportion of the educated cannabis activists, wrote our own initiative based off of an initiative that they were writing, so they kind of would legally work. And we filed it. We're collecting signatures for it, and we got a few events that we're going to be at in the next coming days and next coming weeks. So we want to tell you about them. If you want to come down, sign our petition, or if you want to volunteer, come be a part of our community. First thing going on is this Saturday, Black Canyon. What was it? Black Canyon Dispensary. We gotta pull it up here on the intercom. Should be whatever says Black Canyon
Wellness Center.
Black Canyon Wellness Center signature drive. Now, what's that going on there?
Okay, so it looks like natural alternatives to wellness. Black Canyon Wellness Center is a state licensed dispensary in Black Canyon City, Arizona. And it looks like they're having an event. So it says we're invited to a signature drive at the Black Canyon Wellness Center for the campaign to legalize and regulate marijuana.
Right, and that's the AZFMR initiative. The two competing initiatives have similar names. One is the campaign to legalize and regulate marijuana in Arizona, and the other one is the campaign to regulate marijuana and alcohol. Regulate marijuana in Arizona like alcohol.
Okay.
The campaign to regulate marijuana like alcohol. It doesn't say in Arizona. I got them kind of mixed up. Sometimes it happens. The names are similar.
Okay. So it seems like these initiatives are similar.
Right. Well, what had happened was the activists of Arizona, say for Arizona, PCC, RAMP, we had been negotiating with the Marijuana Policy Project for probably like 6 months. We helped them write their initiative. We're saying we need this. We need post-conviction relief. When we legalize cannabis, we got to get those guys out of jail. Our citizens need to have the right to grow. It shouldn't be a license to grow. We should have the right to grow. We need to not have felonies all over the place when people go a little bit over their legal limit. And MPP, they're like, well, we'll listen to you, we'll listen to you, we'll listen to you. At the end, they're just like, no, 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 no. And so some of the things that they put in there, we got fair DUI laws put in there, industrial hemp was put in there. So, I mean, the citizens of Arizona helped the MPP write their initiative, and then when we couldn't get what Arizona needed, we took what we had accomplished with the MPP and then made it into something feasible for the active consumer to not get arrested and go to jail for consumer levels of cannabis. So that's one of the reasons why both initiatives look similar. But if you look at the details, if you look at the numbers involved, they're not the same initiative. And the AZFMR initiative is going to keep consumer level people out of prison.
Okay, give me like maybe 2 key points that are major differences in these two initiatives that will get me all excited about one over the other.
All right, well, one initiative, the Marijuana Policy Project, they okay, you can have 6 plants at your house if your city allows it. Your city,
meaning I could grow 6 plants or just be in my possession?
You can have 6 plants growing at your house if your city allows it, but your city can say it's a nuisance. And so they're giving people who know nothing about cannabis, our city council members or the ones in charge of our city, they're probably not dispensary workers, they're probably not caregivers or growers, they're lawmakers. They're giving them the ability to say, this is a nuisance, I don't want you guys to do this, when they know nothing about cannabis as medicine. And that kind of decision making is detrimental to Arizonans, because what if the city of Phoenix said, no, we don't want you guys to grow just because they're scared of something. No, they're putting patients at risk, and now all those people trying to save their lives with cannabis are now going to be hunted down by police when cannabis is supposed to be legalized. So that's one thing that's going to hurt people. Another thing is...
So the wording is that if your city allows it, and that's the difference?
That's one difference.
Okay.
You can have 6 plants per person, no more than 12 plants per household.
Okay.
Okay, so those 6 plants are legal, and then above that, 7th plant, class 4 felony, possibly mandatory prison time if all your plants together weigh more than 2 pounds, and they probably will. So you're allowed this legal amount, no threshold. If you break the law, you're going to prison. How is that? If you're supposed to regulate marijuana like alcohol, you're allowed to possess alcohol, you're allowed to brew alcohol, you can't sell your alcohol unless you get a liquor license, but you're not going to prison if you brew more than a certain amount that's reasonable consumer levels. You're not going to prison if you sell your buddy a beer. Yeah, it's a crime. Yeah, you should probably pay a fine for that, but you should not be a felon if you sell your buddy a joint. That's one thing. Sales is illegal under the MPP initiative, so you can't sell anything to your friend, and we understand without a license you should not be allowed to sell stuff, but if you do, you shouldn't go to prison for it. You shouldn't become a felon for selling a little bit of pot to your buddy. Another thing,
even just being in possession of it.
Just being in possession of it. That's one thing. So the MPP's initiative, they let you have 1 ounce. 1 ounce to 2.5 ounces is a petty offense. So pretty much 2.5 ounces and below is decriminalized. And 2.5 ounces, according to someone I've been talking to who sponsors the MPP.
With the MPP, it's 1 ounce?
1 ounce is legal. 1 ounce to 2.5 ounces is a petty offense.
Is a petty offense.
It's
some sort of
pretty much
ticket
decriminalized, misdemeanor kind of thing, to where you're not going to get arrested for it. Above 2.5 ounces is a class 6 felony. You're going to jail. Let me tell you about 2.5 ounces and the projected price of 2.5 ounces, according to what's his name, Dimitri Downing from the internet. He's one of the sponsors of the MPP. He had told me that eventually with the MPP's law, they are going to end up being $50 an ounce. And I don't know how soon that's going to be, because that's really cheap. So with 2.5 ounces legal and under, not even legal, but decriminalized, and at $50 an ounce, you're looking at 2.5 ounces eventually being $125 worth of weed. So in that sense, you're going to be going to jail for $125 worth of weed under the MPP's initiative. Imagine going to jail for $125 worth of alcohol. I mean, some bottles of alcohol cost
more than that.
More than that.
I paid more than that for some bottles, actually.
So if they're going to be regulating marijuana like alcohol, shouldn't they be making it like alcohol instead of regulating it as if it's more dangerous than alcohol? It's one thing that really bugs a lot of people. And so those grow rights are sort of in there, but they're very hard pressed with a felony right on top of it, and that's only if your city of ignorant lawmakers allows you to grow those 6 plants. Well, the Arizonans for mindful regulation gives you 12 plants per person.
12 plants.
And there's no limit per household, but you shouldn't have more than 99 plants, because then you get into federal jurisdiction, and then the DEA could come down on top of you, which would be bad. But no more than 12 plants per person, and it's not a felony afterwards. If your city cannot tell you not to grow anything under the AZFMR, your city is prohibited from saying that you're not supposed to grow, because they don't know anything about cannabis. Why should they be allowed to tell you if you can grow or if you can't grow? And so so there's the possession, there's the grow, and then really important is the post-conviction relief. When marijuana is legalized, shouldn't those people that got caught, those non-violent people that have marijuana-only offenses, shouldn't they get out of jail? Shouldn't they be allowed to apply for their freedom? Yes, they should.
Yes,
marijuana
they should.
is no longer a crime. Why are we legalizing marijuana to begin with? We're not legalizing cyanide for recreational use. It's not something toxic that we're doing for fun.
No,
we're legalizing marijuana because we were wrong to do it to begin with,
right.
And because we were wrong, it makes it criminal to put someone in jail for a plant. And so since we were wrong, we should compensate those people.
Right.
At least we should get them out of jail because we were wrong to put them in there in the first place.
Post-conviction relief.
The AZFMR initiative allows
for that.
Allows for those people to apply for their freedom and get resentenced under the new law. So
if they were under a felony, will they have an opportunity to kind of apply for their rights back as well, or is that
it would be a resentencing. I don't know the details about how their rights are going to work. I'm assuming that if they're going to be resentenced under the new law, it would be like, we're smashing the old in with the new. The resentencing of the new law says it was just a misdemeanor. You don't lose your rights, kind of thing.
Well, let's get them out first, I guess. One thing at a time, right? At least let's get them out of there.
If we can, my personal beliefs, I don't even believe that just getting them out of jail is good enough. I think these people who've gotten arrested have PTSD. I think they deserve to be financially compensated for their time in jail. We were wrong to put you in.
Wow.
We're sorry we're getting you out, and we should give you money and let you be set for the rest of your life because we kind of screwed up by doing this. I believe that's how it should be, because prohibition is wrong, and we need to do the right thing, get people out of jail, and set them up for success in life.
I like it, because once they get out, they may still have that record, or I don't know, and they probably have lost a lot of life skills because they've been gone for so long. So they're going to need a lot of assistance. So that's a nice future project we're going to be working on once we get this done. So there's a lot to legalization, not just this. Starting with just the ballot initiative, getting this initiative on the ballot, getting it signed, getting the signatures, getting the 153,000 signatures needed in order to make sure that this is at least available to vote on.
Absolutely. And we do need some help printing. We do need some funds. So you can make a campaign contribution at azfmr.com. And you could sign up as a volunteer there, or you could sign up at saferarizona.com.
Now, it seems like that it can be kind of confusing between the two ballot initiatives that seem to be going right now. So where can we find more information or go, obviously, besides PCC? Is there...
There is a comparison chart that does it in black and white. Well, it's actually in color. At azfmr.com. It gives you all the different categories that are listed inside the initiatives and the differences between the two. Right next to each other, very simple to read. It is 3 pages long, might take you a couple minutes to go through it, but it's something that people need to read because the actual initiative, they're both like 40 pages long, and a lot of times people don't understand all the legal jargon. The first like 75% sets up the business model, and the consumer levels are at the very end, so it gets a little tedious and annoying to read.
Now, how important is this, seriously? Like, how, if we don't get this done, on any level of legalization for 2016 or get this ballot going, when is our next opportunity? Or if we get the wrong one done, how do we fix it?
Well, we can file another ballot initiative, which takes every 2 years. You can do a ballot initiative for each election. But every year there is a legislative session in our legislature where our legislatures can change the law every single year. We can legalize marijuana in 2 weeks during a legislative session if we get our state representatives to actually put in a bill that legalizes it. That's why we need to be emailing our elected officials, our representatives, our senators. Get a hold of them and tell them that we need to end cannabis prohibition. Put the pressure on our elected officials. We elected them to change our laws and have them change our laws to end cannabis prohibition.
Exactly.
So next going on here is we have a weed expo. It's next weekend. Here it's, what's it say over here on this flyer?
It's the 2015 Arizona Medical Marijuana Expo. It's awesome. It's hosted by the Sun Valley MMJ Certification Clinic. Okay, and sponsored by ArizonaMarijuana.com.
AZMarijuana.com.
I'm sorry, the letters AZ. Marijuana.com.
And so we'll have signature gatherers
and also
out there.
Paraphernalia Boutique. Shout out to them on Dunlap, right around 43rd Avenue.
It's got a couple of highlighted statements there. What kind of things are going on there?
All right, on-site medical marijuana certifications. So if you've been looking forward to getting your card, this might be the time to do that. Looks like there's going to be dispensary and strain experts on site, informative guest speakers, awesome vendors and products, food trucks, which obviously that's my favorite part because you got to eat munchies, obviously, for that, and radio station KWSS. Beef vegan live broadcast.
Woo!
That sounds
Beef
exciting.
vegan. That doesn't make sense to me at all.
I don't know what that means, but that's what it says. So.
Beef vegan. I eat what cows eat. I think that's what they do. The dudes who just like sit there by the lawn and just start munching on grass. No? Beef vegan?
So that all takes place August 22nd, and that will be going down from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Cool. We're going to have our signature collectors there. So if you want to sign the petition or you want to go there and be involved with the signature collectors out there, go ahead and head out to that event and have a great time. Lastly, in 2 weeks, we got going on here out on the city property on the sidewalk in front of the dispensary Nature's AZ Medicine. We have a signature drive. Keep in mind this signature drive is not inside. It's on the sidewalk out front. So anybody can come. You don't need your medical marijuana card to stand on city property. We're going to be out there with a table with a little bit of music, some water, definitely water.
Always water.
Taking pictures. I will be recording like this I'm recording now, and we'll be putting some stuff out on the internet. It'll be great, so come down. And out in front of Nature's AZ Medicines on the 29th, that's the day?
Correct. From 8 a.m. until 7 p.m., which is a Saturday. It looks like...
We're going to be out there all day long. We're going to have lots of water.
Whoa, yes.
Gonna be hot. We're out there and trying just to educate the public on the 2 different initiatives going on, handing out some comparison charts, come out with a smile and a pen. We probably have pens out there, so you probably don't need to bring a pen, but petitions will be provided. So if you
Questions will be answered.
Questions will be answered. There's going to be a lot of us out there. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. So, moving forward, if you do want to get involved in the Arizona cannabis legalization movement, we have meetings every Sunday, 1 p.m. at Hempel Farms Cafe and Shop.
Nice.
Remember, Hempel Farms is not a dispensary. They serve hemp. Hemp is legal to eat. You get hemp at Sprouts. You can get hemp milk at Fry's Food and
Get
Drug.
hemp cereal at Fresh and Easy.
Mm-hmm. Hemp is legal for everyone. So you can come on down to Hempel
It's
Farms.
non-narcotic.
You can sign the petition Monday. Oh, not Monday. They're not open Mondays. They're Wednesday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Mm-hmm. For the early birds.
Early birds
Breakfast,
get $2
brunch.
off. No, the senior discount is $2 off. Is it? Check them out at hempelfarms.com.
Right.
To see their specials and their menu and stuff like that. So it's 1 p.m. at 14620 North Cave Creek Road, Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
And so we're about ending up with this segment. Last thing I kind of want to go over is,
Already?
Yep, 25 minutes into this, boom, done. We're getting into it.
Get it.
This is pretty fun stuff.
I'm having a good time.
We got azfmr.com. That is the campaign to legalize and regulate cannabis in Arizona, and cannabis is not going to legalize itself.
It will not.
We need your help to get it done, so please make a campaign contribution. Go over there, click the blue donate button. I think it might actually be a pink donate button. Either way, the one that says donate, and help us out, throw us a few bones, buy us some legal paper. If you have an industrial printer, let us know. Let us use it.
Need help.
We're grassroots, but we're going to make it on the ballot with teamwork. We have a lot of followers. We got a lot of people involved. This is a snowball going down a mountain. We are going to do it. So remember that, azfmr.com. Again, this was Dave Wisniewski with SaferArizona.com.
AZ Chemistry. Tap that Ash Entertainment.
Till next time.